So that's 1.5 cup of raisins, and you wash them.
Let them soak a little bit and then drain them and put them in the towel to dry.
With hot water?
Yeah. Drain the raisins.
Okay.
You just let them drain, dry them. 2 envelopes of Fleischmann's yeast in a 1/4 cup of warm water, and you have to let it rise. What I usually do is I just pour it onto my finger, my wrist, and then if it feels, room body temperature, approximately body temperature.
And what's this?
And let it rise. And now this is
starting to bubble.
yes, this is two cups, 1 pint of light cream that is heated and just to boiling. Don't let it boil very much.
Okay.
Then you take this warmed up cream, and you pour it into a big ceramic, preferably ceramic bowl.
Okay.
Then you add 2 cups flour, 1 cup, two cups sifted flour, you mix this into the cream, into the light cream. This is too thick. It's like a paste. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. I just added some warm water, about 100-degree temperature water, just so that this would be liquid, so it wouldn't be so pasty.
It's too lumpy after adding the 2 cups of flour. So Trulting is going to get the electric mixer out, pulverize it.
Okay, bring it up there. And it's supposed to be kept warm. And this granite is cold, so I put it on a... You need to be careful of temperature when you're dealing with yeast.
So you've got to get rid of the lumps of flour before you add the yeast mixture to this cream and flour. So the yeast is risen and it's ready to be added to the flour and cream mixture. That was 2 packets of yeast. In how much water?
1/4 cup.
1/4 cup of water, and it's expanded to over 2 cups.
Add the 2 cups of proofed yeast to the flour mixture, flour cream mixture. And then you mix it all up.
Do you have to be really delicate with it?
No, you just have to mix the liquid with this very heavy yeast mixture.
And then what do you do after?
And then you let it rise for about 45 minutes. I usually put it in an oven set to the lowest temperature, which is 170 degrees. You put it in there and you turn it off so that it's, you don't want to cook it. You just want it has to be in a warm place with no...
Right, and do you cover it with towels?
Yes, you cover it with a towel.
Okay. And how long do you let it rise for?
Until about 45 minutes. You want to see there's some bubbles. You want to see that it's kind of rising. When it starts forming bubbles, then it's... Okay. Well, the first thing I have Spanish saffron that I got at Trader Joe's. And I use the whole amount, but it comes in threads. So and I have to grind it up in a mortar pestle, but it doesn't do a very good job. So I have found that it's better to just cut the threads up as much as you can in the jar with a scissor like this. You want to pulverize it. You pour it into a mortar and pestle, and you grind it up like this. Add a small amount.
That's boiling water.
You have 2 sticks of butter.
Okay, room temperature.
At room temperature. And you whip that up. Then you add 1 cup of sugar and 3 egg yolks. And then you add the saffron.
Okay. Just added 1 cup of sugar. Okay, so while the butter sugar mixture is just warming up in the oven a little bit to make it a little softer, we have 4 egg yolks here.
3 egg yolks.
3 egg yolks. Okay. And then the saffron and hot water, which has just been sort of sitting there steeping. So here's 3 egg yolks added. So there's the sugar, butter, and egg yolks, and now here is the saffron. I need some help with that. Can you do it?
Add the saffron. The saffron is...
So about 45 minutes later, we take the dough out of the warm oven, and we can see some bubbles, and it's expanded. And then over here, we have our saffron, egg, butter, and sugar whipped mixture.
Sugar, saffron, egg mixture. And you put it in to the flour yeast mixture. And okay.
And you mix it.
Get rid of the lumps.
All the lumps are
Little
beat
by
out of
little.
it.
Pretty much.
Now you have 4 cups of flour there.
Yeah, and you just put it in gradually. And to put a little more and then mix this all up. And it's still pretty liquidy.
So that's the dough. Total of 6 cups flour, but 2 at the beginning and then an additional 4. Now mixed it up.
Where's the, okay. Transfer it.
Now it's time to knead the dough. So you added a bunch more flour to the cutting board.
Yeah, but
It's like another cup.
no, another half cup. And you sort of press with the heels of your hand and you rotate it like this.
How long do you do this for?
Well, for 8 minutes.
Oh my god.
And you know, you try to incorporate a little bit more flour. Well, you don't need all that flour. until it separates from your hands, so it's no longer mushy.
So you keep on doing this till the dough separates from your hand and it's shiny. And then about halfway through you add the raisins and then you keep kneading.
Just hold the platter. Take it. When you're done with the kneading, you put the dough back in the bowl and back in the oven at a warm oven, not cooking temperature, and let it rise until it's, you have to keep an eye on it when it's risen, when it sort of doubles in size, until about doubles in size.
Cover it when it's in the oven?
You cover it with a towel, yeah. And then if you...
The raisins are combined. Now it's time to go back in the oven for...
It's 170. You turn it off. You turn off the oven, but it's hot. It's warm. You don't want it slowly cooking.
Okay. So until it doubles in size, about an hour. So here's the dough out of the oven, having risen. Heat the oven to 355 and warm up a pan a little bit. And then some parchment paper.
Try to sort of make one long dust. I think the easiest way is if you twist it. And then somehow transfer it. So I kind of try to flip it over. I'm going to have this one longer.
You don't put it right away?
Into the oven immediately. Just let it rise a little bit. See, now, because you've worked at it, it's flattened a little bit. So you just, before you put it in the hot oven, you let it sit for a little bit. 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, and then what do you do with the egg yolk?
Well, this is the whole egg.
Okay.
And
just say, what do you do with it?
well, you whip it up a little bit like this. You add a little bit of water, and then you take a brush and you brush it over the
Before it goes into the oven?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what about the almonds and stuff?
That you sprinkle that on top after you put the egg yolk.
And then how long do you bake it for?
Well, that's sort of
approximately how long?
It's about a half an hour.
Okay. A tiny bit more.
Yeah.
Right, now you have the...
This is egg wash. This is just an egg. And I just spread this on, and then I will sprinkle nuts, either slivered or sliced almonds on top, and then this egg wash makes the almonds stick. and also gives it a shine, and it makes the almonds stick to it.
So these are raw slivered almonds.
It's still not quite brown enough.